So here I have loosened the three 14mm bolts between the up pipe and the turbo. I stuck a screwdriver in between to give it a little bit more distance between the two tubes. There is the old hose. It was pretty dry and brittle. And on this new hose I have greased a little bit of the inner walls just to make it slide on a little bit easier. It's still pretty hard to get on, but it will go on. And by the way, this is a 2005 Forester XT. As you can see, I have the transmission removed, but I took advantage of it to take a video. So this procedure should be the same for 2002 all the way to 2007 WRX, STI, Legacy GT, Forester. So here I am getting the hose onto the bottom tube. It has to be bent at a pretty drastic angle, 90 degrees or so. The pliers are a little rough, so just go easy on them. And it should go just barely on, but it will go on. So here I am actually using a 1/2-inch extension. The pry bar was a little bit too long. This works pretty good though. I'm just pushing against a stationary bolt on the head and pushing that angle on the tube in order to straighten it out to force it down. So once again, we are using the long needle nose pliers here. Just being careful not to rip the hose. You got to grab it pretty firmly, and you can almost pry against the head slightly to pull it down over that bottom tube. So I did not put it in the video, but I put a hose clamp onto that bottom tube and just let it sit there. I did change it out and put a 8mm one. That way I could use a socket onto it instead of just a flathead. It makes it a little bit easier and you can get it pretty snug. So I do want to mention that if you can't get this hose from the dealership, you got to use a hydraulic quality. You don't want to use a coolant hose on this. That's pretty much the procedure though, with the turbo on the car. And this last part here, I'm putting that top clamp back on. It came down. It's kind of generic, but it does work.